I know what you're thinking. You're thinking those are the biggest boobies you've ever seen.
Can I please use your phone?
I'm not your average woman. I like sex, and I'm not afraid to admit. Excuse me, I just had pudding an hour ago.
Dear God.
You ever parked your bicycle in an airplane hangar?
I'm sorry?
You ever thrown a toothpick into a volcano?
What?
Oh, nothing. Just making idle chit-chat.
Welcome to the Pill and Jaded Show podcast, a hilarious, real, and the most controversial anti-relationship show in existence. You've been warned. Now, your host of the Pill and Jaded Show podcast, Miss Jaded and the Bitter Pill.
Microphone check 1 2. What is this? It is the Pill and Jaded Show with me, the BP, and
Ms. Jaded.
Ms. Jaded is in the house. What's going on, y'all? We definitely do appreciate everyone for being here and tuning in once again for another episode of the Pill and Jaded Show. We don't know which episode this is. We just vibe. We flowing. The beautiful thing about what we're trying to bring to the Pill and Jaded Show podcast is we want to look at it as a vibe session. So you're going to hear like glasses clinking with ice and shit from us sipping. You may even hear Ms. Jaded hit the blunt every now and again.
Now.
You know what I'm saying? You may even hear me have to go, you know what I'm saying, take a tinkle, you know, or we grown, man, which means take a piss.
We'll try to edit that out.
Right. No, we ain't adding nothing now. We're going to make it right. We're going to try to. We'll try, but we don't know what's going to happen. So that's it. So unfortunately, we're dealing with allergy season, so you may even hear the sniffles and the crinkles and the, all those particular things as well.
Mostly coming from you.
Most likely coming from me. So what's going on, Ms. Jaded? How the weekend go?
The weekend went good. Actually, it was a busy weekend. We did a lot of recording this weekend.
Yes. You talking about us?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we did. Yes, we did.
Yeah, we actually did. It was a long weekend, and actually, our office was closed for the entire week. So
Dope.
I'm ready to go back to work.
Oh, wow. Said no one ever.
Said no one ever.
Exactly. But it's cool. It's all good.
I just keep thinking of all the stuff that's piling up over that week that, you know.
Oh, you're not trying to have everything.
Hell no. I already see the emails piling in there, and
Right.
I've made a point not to check anything because I'm like, it's, you know, it's the holidays.
It's some bullshit. That's okay. So let me ask you this question. Through the weekend and through the holidays, you got people, you know, trying to hook up. What do they call this now? Cuffing season? Are we officially in cuffing season?
I guess so. I don't know.
I believe we are. So I'm pretty sure you got cats trying to link up or whatever the case may be, dating sites, shit
Dating
like that.
sites.
So have you had any? Because I do know, Miss Jaded, you are on a couple of dating sites. Is that correct?
That would be correct.
Yeah.
I am.
You want to mention which ones you're on?
Not really. Okay. I will.
Yes, the fuck you are. Mention what dating site you're on, please.
I like how I have no choice.
Yeah, you ain't got no choice.
Okay. Well, I've messed around with Tinder a little bit and Bumble.
Tinder and what?
Bumble.
Okay, so I think everybody knows what Tinder is. So explain what Bumble is, because I'm not even sure about what that is.
It's the same thing. It's a dating website, but it's the thing about Bumble is that if you match up with somebody, then the woman has to make the first move.
Really?
Yeah. So the guy can't message her or anything like that until she's already messaged him. Yeah.
Okay, so she's basically telling him, you know, nigga, I want that shit right there.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I mean,
well, yeah.
Or I want to get to know a little more about you and see about the rest of it.
So pretty much you're putting the power is pretty much shifting towards the woman to make the decision?
Well, because you can match up with a lot of different people. You can even like accidentally, swipe right.
Okay.
And then as soon as that happens, like on Tinder, then the guy could start messaging you.
Gotcha.
But on Bumble, they do it so that no matter who you match up with, they can only get a message you once you've messaged them first. And you have 24 hours to do it in. And then once you message the man, he has 24 hours to return a message.
Gotcha.
As long as both of you have said or messaged each other within that 48 hours, then the clock is gone, basically.
Okay, so this is somewhat like a Snapchat for dating.
No, I think they put a time limit on it because you can match up with someone and then just sit there and sit there and sit there and sit there.
Yeah, that's kind of how Tinder is.
So they put the pressure kind of on you to do something about it, like
sense of urgency, basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have 24 hours to decide whether or not you want to message this man. If you decide you do want to message him, he has 24 hours to decide from that point whether or not he wants to message you back.
Right.
If he does, then now you're engaged in some kind of conversation.
Okay. Very cool. I didn't know too much about Bumble,
I sound like an expert, don't I?
No, you just sound like a person who knows how it works, knows the dynamics between the different dating sites. I mean, they've got, what do they have out there? They got POF. They've got...
I hate POF.
Why do you hate POF?
Because...
Plenty of Fish is what it's called, but why do you hate it?
Someone told me about it, like, I think it was about 3 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And so I tried it, and I do not know how to delete my account. So I still get, like, these pop-up emails and stuff about it. But it was just... Everybody was so crude. Like, men were just... They knew exactly why they were there, and they assumed that's why each woman was there, too.
Right.
So you immediately start getting messages, and plus, oh my God, there's so many messages that will come in, like, really, really fast. And you're sitting there going, oh, like, this is too much. You don't know even how to, like, put them, shuffle them, or like decide who you're gonna, message back or who you're not, and then they just keep coming in and coming in and coming in, and you're like, God, screw this shit.
So it's pretty much like, it's more so Plenty of Thirst as opposed to Plenty of Fish.
Exactly.
So let me ask you though, Ms. Jada, would you consider that to be more so of an ego boost?
What?
Based upon the fact that you have all these messages coming in?
No, because to me, I'm just seeing a big long line of desperate men that are like, I'm going to hit up anything that comes through here.
Okay.
That's just how I kind of saw it. Like, really? God, come on now. Right. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of women on POF. So it just, yeah.
So what makes that any different than how Tinder is or Bumble? Well, I know Bumble is a bit different because you can have the choice to pick who you want. But Tinder is not necessarily like that. It's swipe left, swipe right.
I don't really know the platform for POF. I don't think I stuck around long enough to learn the platform. So I don't know how to look at pictures or read their profile.
Right.
And I think that pictures and profile say a lot.
Okay. What do they say? Because this is, okay, so you know what? Oh, no. This is a wonderful segue. I'm going to tell you why it is. Because when it comes to dating sites, and pretty much everybody in this day and age, if you're single, you're going to, check out a dating site to see how it happens. Just because of the convenience of everything, right?
It's like a grocery store.
Yeah.
Online shopping.
It's like a Walmart for dick and pussy. Let's just be honest with you.
I mean, I hate it, but it's kind of like addicting in a way.
Ooh.
No, just because you're trying to see, like, it's interesting to see what some of these men say and the things that they do on these sites.
Okay, so speak on it, because from a woman's, this is the one thing that I did not realize. No, this is the one thing I didn't realize, that a lot of these dating sites, especially the apps or what have you, the apps are set up differently. They have different, the navigational aspect of these particular sites are different for women as they are for men.
Explain, how are they different?
Well, for one thing, this is what a chick I met on a dating site. You guys have a lot more to navigate. You guys have a lot more options to do what you want to do on that particular site than men do, right? So, perfect example, like I didn't even realize this. I would always get messages from women that just said, "Hey there."
Okay.
Hey there. Hey there. And I'm like, why the fuck do all of these females, why they all got the same damn message towards me? Like, you can't say nothing more than hey there if you decide to reach out to me first, right? So the reason why that is because I had a friend, we ended up becoming friends, that I met on that dating site, and she showed me this is what I see. Like, this is how this app is for women.
And it's different?
It is different. Where you can basically say, okay, you know what, send them a message, a generic message, and that message, it happens to be ironically, hey there. So every time I've gotten that, they've gotten so many more options on these particular dating sites for women than they do for men. So they allow women to have a lot more navigation. They allow women to have a lot more control when it comes to who they choose to pursue or not pursue, which I understand.
I think women spend more time on the dating apps because women will look at every picture probably twice, and she'll read the bio and probably twice, and then go back and look at the pictures again before deciding whether or not she wants to pursue. I'm telling you.
No shit.
Women will take their time and really pick and choose.
That's
where
what they
men
do.
will sit there and just sit on the couch and watch football with their thumb going right. Okay. Right.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. Okay. So this is what we're going to talk
Am
about
I
today.
wrong or am I right?
No, I don't know. Well, basically, you have given me some insight on that shit. Well, no, as far as what you explained for men, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of true.
I can see that.
So obviously, there's a difference between what men see on a dating site or dating app, whatever, and the difference between what women see on a dating site and what they have to deal with. Okay, so Ms. Jaded, I want to let's trade stories right now.
Okay.
Let's trade stories. Let's talk shop.
Let's do it.
We're about to talk about the differences of women. I'm going to give you insight on the shit, the good, bad, and the ugly, the pros and cons on what we see as men on dating sites. Things that we like, things that we don't like, shit like that. And Miss Jaded is about to do the same.
We're
on
about
her
to
end,
change the game.
we're about to change the game. So, fellas, listen. If you're doing this and you have a dating app, a dating profile, or whatever the case may be on your shit, she's going to tell you what women like, what they don't like, which is some bullshit, which is cliche things that I'm gonna do the same thing from a female perspective. Okay, you start, Miss Jaded. What is the biggest pet peeve that you would actually say that a lot of women have?
I think the biggest pet peeve that women have is
on dating sites.
The very first picture either being a group of men, so you don't know which one it is in that group, or the very first picture being just like a meme or just like a post with a saying or something. Okay,
so men actually do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Especially the group pictures, like putting a group pictures up where you really don't know which one it is in the group picture.
Right.
So sometimes, I mean, I think, well, from my personal experience, I swipe left. I don't even bother. If the first picture you put up there can't be a picture of you, then to me it's like, oh, you're hiding something.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
Of course they are.
Or if the very first picture is just a picture of you in front of a mirror and you cut your head off, you're hiding something. I'm
your
gonna
head off.
I'm
What do you
gonna
mean?
swipe left. Like the picture will only show the body, like neck down, instead of showing the person's face.
So there's a lot of men out there that actually do that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't show their face.
Well, not in every picture. Some of them won't show it in any of the pictures. They'll just show a body shot, and we're like, oh yeah, great, but you know what? That doesn't necessarily mean that I would actually swipe right on that. You know, I swipe left because I think that if you can't show your face in the very first picture, then you're hiding something. And don't post pictures from 10, 15 years ago. I'll tell you what the rule of thumb is with men on dating sites. You see a picture of them, they look good. Keep looking at the rest of the pictures all the way to the end, because that last picture they post is the one that's going to be the most recent, and you're going to see them age as you.
Oh. Okay. There's some similarities there. So I'll trade off. So from a man's perspective,
What's your biggest pet peeve?
Seriously?
Yes.
Men's biggest pet peeve is women, ladies, females, whatever you want to call yourself. Stop with the motherfucking Snapchat filters.
I knew you were going to say that.
Listen, I had no idea. I swear to God, 90% of these fucking bras on these goddamn dating sites have these fucking filters on them.
See, that shocks me because I would well, one, I don't use Snapchat. Two, I mean, I use it just for other people, but not to do things for use of it myself. But two, I would never even consider putting a Snapchat filter on a dating website.
But any filter.
Yeah, just take a natural picture. They're
They
going to
don't.
find out what you look like sooner or later.
They don't.
If they didn't like your pictures, they're not going to like you in person.
What?
Like, put that shit out there so if the guy wants to take you out, then obviously you already know, okay, this man is interested in me for who I am, what I look like. You know, the filter thing, like, that shocks me. Like, women have got to be really stupid to be putting filters on their damn pictures.
Tell it for the audience in the back.
I am.
Oh, yeah. Because, you know, and thank you. So that's stupidity. Ladies, you've heard it straight from a woman's mouth. You heard it from both of our mouths. That's stupid as fuck. We hate that shit. Men
I can
hate
imagine
that shit.
Or this goes to both men and women.
What's up?
If you have put on 20 or 30 pounds, don't post the pictures of you without that 20 or 30 pounds. Like, I mean, it's okay to post one or something, but don't post all your pictures of you before that 30 pounds was on, men and women, because then you get there and the person's looking at you like,
you're 30 pounds heavier than what you portrayed yourself to be.
right.
Now, this is my thing.
And that's disappointing. I'm not saying that it's all about size, but it's disappointing.
No, it is. No, it's not about size. It's about perception.
And attraction.
Right. And that's what perception is.
Yeah.
You gave me perception that I was attracted to. So now it's like, I'm not saying I'm not attracted to that, but now I have to look at you like, you know, you pretty much deceived me.
Right.
And just you have to, and it really, from what I see it, from a woman's aspect, you have a lot of women who, and every guy knows, the fat girl angles. Every guy knows what the fat girl angles are. This is the bad thing about fat girl angles, okay? And the fat girl angles are every picture you take is right up in your face from the shoulders up, or if you got big titties, because, you know, most, heavy set women got big titties, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they take it from the chest up with this cleavage showing. It's like, oh shit. And they'll do that. They'll take the angle, the picture of the angle from the top, which means it hides their double chin if they have one. Mm-hmm. All these particular things. Now,
I've seen those. I've seen what you're talking
yes.
about.
this is the bad thing about that. You have men out there that looking and they know what the fuck you doing. Like they know what you're doing. They know that you're hiding these flaws. Okay, no disrespect to all the BBW women out there. We love you. It's all good. Healthy, country thick, however the fuck you want to call them. No disrespect to them. You can't hide your fatness. Stop trying to. And I'm going to tell you why. Because there's two things you can do about it. A, you can do what you need to do not to be fat anymore. Mm-hmm. Or B, you can embrace your size and show people up front.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like,
there's men out there that love big women.
And there's women out there that love big men. And
right.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to show up, 30 pounds heavier than what or even more than what your picture shows.
So you're saying that happens on the male side
yes,
as well?
Men do it too. They take pictures. They either post pictures from before they gain that weight, or they post pictures at angles where you can't see that weight.
Oh. So guys are on they have the fat angles too, the fat boy angles and shit.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. What's another one?
I swear there's probably...
Hold on one second. Fellas, we got to definitely like put the put the alarm out, the disclaimer, who we're talking to at this particular time so to understand. Okay, so fellas.
Okay, yeah.
Miss Jade is about to tell you.
Okay, so men that put out on their bios. Mm-hmm. Okay, they will talk about how great they are.
Okay.
For a long time, usually. And then a lot of them do.
Okay, so
and then at the end they'll be talking about, they'll talk about like all the things that they do and this traveling and this and that and they're this and they're this and they're that and they work out all the time and they do this and they do that, and then they'll go and I'm looking for a relationship. Come on now. I would say 90% of the profiles out there say that they're looking for a relationship.
Really?
Yes.
Now,
like,
the settings say they're looking for a relationship, or they actually say themselves in
they'll
bio?
say it. They'll do. Some of them will do an I don't know in the settings, or they'll say just having fun or something like that. But then in their bio, they will say that they're looking for their best friend, they're looking for their queen, or they're looking for a relationship.
Okay. So from a man's perspective,
and out of that 90%,
yeah,
only probably 30% of them are actually looking for a relationship. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll say this.
And 5%, or no, I take that back. 15% of that 90% are married.
Whoop.
And then the other 15% are in a really serious relationship, or they just got out of one. So you know damn well that they're not looking for another serious relationship. So that puts us at 60%. So only 30% maybe are actually looking for a relationship.
Very interesting perspective you had there. Let's talk about these married motherfuckers.
Oh my God.
This is the interesting dynamic behind that. So would you say what is the percentile would you say that of married men that you encounter on dating sites?
Oh, percentile? Let me think about this. I don't know, maybe like 10%.
That's it?
Yeah.
As far as you know.
That I know. Yeah.
How do you know?
Because it comes out, though.
It comes out as far as they tell you?
Sometimes they will tell you.
Okay, that's good. That's honest.
Yes.
I can't be mad at that.
Well, except for that they won't actually tell you until you've been out with them a few times.
Okay.
And then they tell you and you're like, what the
kind of like how the some transgenders do to guys. I want him to like me before I tell him. Wait, hold on, damn it, bitch. You gonna wait until you tell this you got a fucking cock? You have a fucking dick. He done fell for you and things of that nature. Now, I have to let you know I got a dick just like you.
Well, I don't have a dick, but yes, it's just like that.
I'm saying no, but it's that level of deception.
Yes.
Right. And manipulation.
Yes.
It's on that same type of level.
So let me ask you, how many encounters have you had with married women?
Honestly,
yes.
To be upfront to them, to them actually telling you that they're married,
right?
None of them.
No, but you have found out that.
How many that I have really found out and realized that they were married?
Yeah.
I would say 5% of the women I've encountered on dating sites. But understand this. Let me clarify that. 5% of the women that I have encountered on dating sites were married or in relationships, right? Mm-hmm. 0 of that 5% have admitted or have kept that shit 100 with me and let me know what there was.
Okay.
0.
Yeah.
I've had to find that shit out in different ways that I do. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to tell you, this is one of the reasons in my experience, how I had to find out, okay, she's either married, in a relationship or something. She's got a dude. How I found out was the arrangement was too fucking perfect.
Oh. Okay. What is too perfect?
I'm a single man. So tell you what, I'm a busy guy. I have a lot to do, and my days are just like I get up at 4 fucking o'clock in the morning because I have to go into the 24 hours of the day and use that to as much as I can, right? So I take every single hour of these 24 hours as much as I can, no matter how exhausted I'll be at the end of the day. I don't even think about being exhausted. You know what I mean? If I got to handle shit, I'm going to take every hour. I get up 4 a.m. I'll probably go to bed at like 12 every day, right?
Right.
So if I'm dealing with a woman or if a woman wants to see me, unfortunately, she's got to kind of cater herself around my schedule. My schedule is this. Hey, I just got home. I'm chilling. I got home at 10, may go to bed at like midnight. So I got 2 hours, a 2-hour window where I'm just like Netflix and chilling. Hey, this is the window. You want to Netflix and chill with me? Oh, absolutely. Okay, cool. And you drive, and I know where you live, and you probably live like 25, 30 miles away from me. And you're willing to leave right after... Google, shut the fuck up. You're willing to leave when I want you to leave. Because let's just be very honest with you. I'm gonna be very honest. The beautiful thing about being a bachelor is that, hey, if you can find a chick not to sleep with you, but
to sleep with you.
Huh?
Or to have sex with you.
Okay, I'll fuck it. The beautiful thing, I'll just fucking say it, damn it. This is the Pill and Jaded Show. If you can find a motherfucking chick that will fuck you and leave after she fucks you, that is perfection. Not unless you start liking her and you want her to stick around afterwards, and but regardless of the fact, if she's cool with like that and she has no other expectations, it's like, this is fucking cool. It's like, I don't have to fucking
to leave.
No, I don't have to buy the cow because I'm getting the milk for free. I
hate that saying.
But it's the fucking truth. It don't matter whether you hate it. It's so fucking real and it's so fucking true. But the whole but I'm going to be honest when it comes to that. From what I realized, I'm like, hold on, damn it, ain't nothing free in this world. There's nothing free in this world.
So, I want to go back to the pictures on these dating sites.
Okay, we're going to go back to the pictures. Let me just explain to you to finish my point about where it was too perfect.
Okay.
Everything I told her that I wanted to, that I said, it's got to be my way. She was like, okay. I'm like, this bitch married. She's married. She's married. She has a man. She has something. She has to be, because no woman's going to just completely just adhere to what my rules are, so to speak. She's not going to adhere to how I want it. She ain't going to let me have it my way entirely. She's going to be like, oh, wait a minute, motherfucker. We got to have it our way. And when I realized that if a woman is going to be that cooperative with me, that's because the cooperation fits within her. For one thing, beggars can't be choosers.
Why is she considered a beggar?
Because she's married.
Oh.
She ain't supposed to be doing this shit.
Okay.
She's in a relationship. She's got a fiance. She's got whatever. She knows she's out of pocket. She knows she's out of bounds.
Okay.
So based upon that, but she still wants to get what she wants. And her wanting to get what she wants, what does she have to do? She has to basically follow the person who's willing to be a participant in her deceptive debauchery, so to speak. She's got to pretty much adhere to his tutelage.
Not necessarily, because there are men out there that married women can go to, and they will basically do whatever, whenever she wants.
But there's a price to pay that. Those men, usually, they probably got a woman of themselves. So it's like, you know what? I'll do what you want me to do. You do what I want you to do, because we both are basically out of pocket right now because we have somebody else at home that we're not happy with.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
But a single man that pretty much has who's shout out to the last episode, single by choice, that shit, who can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. Oh no, baby girl. You have to go by my rules. You got to go by how I want it down. You have no control or no power here because you're the one that's out of pocket. You're the one cheating on your man right now with me. Now, I'm a willing participant in that particular situation.
Look at you.
So if I am, then everything has to go my way, because I don't trust that you're going to be able to handle this particular situation the way you want to handle it. Now, that was in my young days when I was dealing with married women. I'm just talking about when I realized that they weren't married. And me giving those particular convictions up front. Well, it's got to be like this. It's got to be like this guy. And she's like, okay. It's like, whoa, for real? No complaints at all? So if you want to fuck with me, you going to fuck with me you going to fuck with me on my terms, right? The only woman is going to fuck with a man on her terms, on his terms, strictly, is a woman who
isn't supposed to be there.
Exactly. Who isn't supposed to be dealing with this single man whatsoever at all.
It's interesting.
But she wants what she wants, and she's willing to deal with that. Because
So this was your personal experience?
Yes, it has. That was that 5% that I said. Like the women, none of those women out of the 5% that I found out that were married or in a relationship, they never, this is the two things. Number one, they never told me up front. Mm-hmm. And they never admitted after I asked them.
Really? Mm-hmm. So they lied the whole time?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh. Mm-hmm. How did you know?
Like I said before, I've been around the block so many times, they need to fucking name the block after me.
Were you able to confirm it?
I didn't have to. I can just tell by the actions. Because my whole thing is that if I'm going to approach you and ask you, you didn't tell me the truth anyway. So why would I want to believe you? Because I'm coming to you and trying to just, you're not even giving me the option to say, hey, maybe I want to continue this situation.
See, men do the same thing, though.
As far as what?
Not even really giving you the option. And then when you question it, because there's things that make you go,
But it's different for men. It's different for men. And I'm going to tell you why it's different for men. Because men don't have the luxury of being able to get pussy whenever they want it without having to pay for it. Like a man can't walk outside of his door and say...
We're talking about married men on dating sites that are
right.
Basically, they're married. So they have it right there whenever they want it.
It doesn't matter if they're married. They're still a man. and men, period, whether they're married, single, or whatever, we don't have the luxury to whip out our dicks and say, hey, who want this dick right here? Right? To women.
I don't know. That's what they do on the websites, pretty much.
I understand that. And that's the reason why.
Or the dating sites.
That's one of your fucking pet peeves.
Yes.
Men that do that type of shit.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But guess what? A woman can say, hey, I got a pussy. Who wants some pussy? These thirsty motherfuckers will be fucking crawling over each other like, you know what I'm saying, to go get the pussy that the chick is trying to give up. Women have the advantage when it comes to sexual gratification.
Okay, that's why women get so many more responses than men do.
Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with like looks, really. They just get a lot of different responses from different men because they're like, I'm going to shoot my shot, and you know.
And that's a perfect saying. You're shooting your shot.
Yeah, and it's either this is going to happen, or it's not.
Right. Women have that option to do that. Men really don't. Now, you have a very, very, very small percentile of men who, you know, you have alpha men out there who just attract women or whatever. You know, they have a little bit more of an advantage, but still, they ain't running shit. The women are.
Oh, let me tell you about a bad experience I had.
Okay. Boo. There we go. So, okay, hold on. Before you tell me about that bad experience, so we are at... Yeah, women that are lying and men that are lying about their marital status or whatever the case may be. And understand this, we're talking about what?
Dating sites.
Dating sites.
Dating site disasters.
Well, they're not necessarily disasters.
No, but this story is
Oh, no, you about to tell me disaster right now. So we're just talking about dating site issues. I wouldn't say dating site issues. I would say the hidden veil of dating sites. Things from a man's perspective that women don't know, and how we perceive your particular dating profile if you're on the dating site, and vice versa when it comes to a woman. But now...
Oh, but let me say this. Yes, men. This is to men, okay? If you do find a woman that you're interested in and you're talking to her, you guys are communicating back and forth through some messaging, and then you exchange phone numbers, you maybe talk a couple of times or text back and forth, and you ask, you know, set up a time and day when you guys can meet each other. If you like this girl and you're actually dating, like going out on a date, and everything's going really, really, really good, maybe it's going really good because she likes you too. But stop pushing the issue of sex on the first date. That shit is ridiculous. Like, there are so many men that they just want first date sex. And I'm going to tell you personally, if I have sex with you on the first date, I was there to just have sex. And that's it. So if you like a woman, stop pressing that issue.
What?
Sex on the first date.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Oh, shit. This is a really beautiful segue into what we're going to speak on, but we're going to wait.
Oh, because I'm going to tell my disaster story.
Absolutely. Because there is a very interesting dynamic when it comes to the second date.
The second date.
Which most of you motherfuckers don't even reach. Because you do or say something stupid.
Right.
Right. But
okay.
Dating disaster.
Dating disaster.
Yours.
So I met a man, nice looking man. And we chatted back and forth. It was like, you know, maybe let's just say September. I'm just going to throw some dates out there with a time frame. We finally ended up meeting in November. And then we started hanging out and, you know, kind of chilling together. We didn't really go out a lot. We just hung out around the house and We would watch comedies and stuff together.
And what?
And chill.
And what?
No. This is when we first, maybe, I'm not going to give a number of how many times we chilled together before that happened. But yes, we did finally get to the point where we were having sex. And like I said, we would just chill at his place a lot. Mm-hmm. But it was cool because we had a good time together. We'd talk and we would laugh. We would watch comedy or something. We would just, we would have a really good time. And he traveled a lot. So we started doing this thing where when he was traveling, I would stay the night with him the night before, so that I could take him to the airport in the morning. Mm-hmm. And when I picked him up, when he got back, I would stay the night when he got back. And that was kind of like our time together. But then we would spend time together in between his traveling and stuff too. But because the trips were so often and so long, we would spend that time together before he left and after he came back. So anyway, everything was going great. We'd had conversations about, marriage and things like that. And he knew that I felt like marriage was not something that I would do again.
I'm about to say, he's talking about marriage?
No. We just had conversations about different relationships we've had. And he asked, would I ever think about getting married again? And I said, no. And he was like, oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. And he told me the same thing, that he would never get married again. So we were on the same page with that. Anyway, so a good 7 months goes by, kind of hanging out, doing the same thing, getting to know each other better, having a great time, and we start planning a trip. We're going to go to Africa together.
Africa? What part of Africa?
You know what? Don't even ask me questions like that.
That's like somebody from Africa saying, we're about to go to North America together. Well, what part, motherfucker? Shit, L.A., Compton,
but see,
New England.
We didn't even get that far.
Okay, I got you.
Because he had just started a new IG for his business. I won't give any details of what it was.
No.
But no, he worked for a great company, had a great job. But he had also started his business on the side, which had a lot to do with an artistic talent. So he started a new IG. So of course I followed, and I would see the new posts and pictures that he would put on the IG and everything. No biggie, just like everything and keep going, I never was fazed by any of it, who followed him or anything like that. Well, but unfortunately somebody was. A girl in California was actually going through his followers, and she started messaging people, and she messaged me like 3 times trying to friend me, and I kept deleting it. And then she tried again, and I'm like, I reached out to him and I said, who
is this bitch?
Yeah, that's what I said. Who is this? And he's like, I don't know, just ignore it. And so,
no, nigga, why the fuck are you telling me? Okay, I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Okay.
See, these are
in
my
your mind,
thoughts.
that's what you're thinking and shit.
These are the thoughts that are going on in my head, but at the same time, I'm being cool about it because I don't have any reason not to.
Yeah.
So.
Actually, you did, but
he never had given me reason not to.
No, she did. But
she did, though.
Yeah.
Yes. So then she sent me a message, and I said, "Who is this? What do you want? Why are you messaging me? And why do you keep sending me friend requests? I don't know you. Am I supposed to know you?" And her answer back, well, first I kept seeing like the 3 dots, and then they disappear, and 3 dots, and then they disappear. I was like, okay, come on, just answer. So finally she answered back, and her answer was, oh, I'm helping my boyfriend promote his page, and was just reaching out to all the followers. And I was like, for what? I'm already following. There's no reason for you to be reaching out to me. And then she sent back, well, how do you know him? And I said, oh, we've been dating since November. And she said, oh, we've been dating since October. And she lives in California.
Wow.
So then I come to find out that she had already found another girlfriend that lived in Colorado that was dating him for like 5 years. And then there's another one in Atlanta. And so he had women all over the damn place. So now when I see a man post that he travels a lot, I'm kind of like,
Fuck that shit.
Put on the brake.
You traveling motherfucker. Basically what you're saying is that you got bitches everywhere. Now let me tell you one thing like this. Okay? This is where he went wrong. Where he went wrong was not keeping that shit 100 with everybody.
Yeah, because I asked him straight up. I was like, what are you looking for? Because I'm kind of
No.
What do you mean, no?
Asking a man, what are you looking for, is not asking him anything straight up.
Ooh, how is that not straight up when
That's
I'm
not straight
telling
up.
you that I'm kind of just having fun right now? I'm not really looking for anything serious. So what are you looking for?
That's what straight up is.
Yeah.
Stop asking him what he looks for, what he's looking for. You tell him where the fuck you at, and let him make the decision.
I do that, though.
No, well, saying what are you looking for is not doing that.
What I'm saying is he could have been 100 with me right then and there.
That's my point. I literally just said that's what his problem was. He wasn't 100 with you.
The last message that I sent to him was, I can't be mad at you, since I was doing the same thing.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Look at that alarm going off. What do you mean? Miss Jade, you got to explain that shit. What do you mean you were doing the same thing?
Well, I already knew something was up, and I wasn't feeling like all serious. I wasn't feeling a certain way about him or anything. So, but we had fun together. So,
That's not the question I asked.
because I was seeing somebody else at the same time.
Thank you. That's where I want you to get to.
Yes.
Thank you. So both y'all was out of pocket.
Yeah, but I told him that.
Okay, so you was on 100 with him. He
Yes,
wasn't
I
100
told
with
him
you.
from the beginning.
Okay, so Miss Jada, why were you fucking with this guy when you were dealing with this other dude? What was this other dude not giving you?
Well, they both traveled a lot.
Oh, okay.
So one was really busy with work and his family all the time,
And
the other one was traveling for work all the time.
And they both most likely were married or were in relationships.
I don't know. No,
Yeah, they were.
Well, we found out that one was.
Of course. Of course.
But
Of course. Ladies,
the thing is, he could have
Ladies,
been
learn from Miss
honest.
Jaded.
What?
Who had been honest?
He could have been honest with
Oh,
me
you
when
said
I
he
was
could have
honest
been.
with him.
No, you're absolutely right. But that's
and then we would have just been cool with each
Right.
other.
And that's my point. It's like, yes, you're at. That's why I said that's where he went wrong. I didn't know that you were 100 with him and that you were honest with him. That's
Yeah.
horrible. And to me, that's fucking. To me personally, I just cannot. That's unexcusable. That's inexcusable. It's like, dude, I'm being 100 with you. No matter if we doing dirt. Listen, if we're both doing dirt, I'm telling you the dirt I'm doing. Just be honest about the dirt you're doing. Don't act like you ain't doing no dirt too.
Exactly.
Right. So I get that. Straight up.
Don't do the whole "you're the only one" thing, because
And that's what he told you. This motherfucker. Who is
nobody
this
wants to hear that.
This lame ass nigga. Like, what the? Like, that's. I'm gonna tell you. Ice Cube said it best. He had a line.
He said I was the only one that he was
It doesn't matter.
having sex with.
The fact that he used the word only,
Mm-hmm.
one, when it pertained to you, it was some bullshit. And I'm not even hating on the dude. I'm not dirty macking him or nothing like that. But the one thing is that Ice Cube had a song back in the day called Who's the Mac? And one of the lines in the song was, you know, it's drama, but it sounds real good. So unfortunately, a lot of these guys, man, out here, like, they take that particular line in consideration. and knowing that you can just tell a woman, and she knows that you spin drama to his ass, but if it sounds good, they'll just accept it and they'll believe it. And it's kind of fucked up because it's like you manipulating these women to a point where it's like you don't have to. My thing, fellas, you don't have to lie. You don't have to manipulate women. You don't have to do none of that shit to these fucking broads. Period. You don't.
Because there's enough women out there that are probably on the same level you're on.
Thank you. Find those. Those are the only ones you need to be fucking with.
Right.
Find those women. The ones on the same level as you. They're like, listen, homie, listen, I'm just trying to get mine, right? I'm just trying to have fun. Shout out to Little Duval. I'm just trying to live my best life. Yeah, well, motherfucker, so am I. Okay, yeah, I know what I said on that damn dating site. I'm living. Fuck all that. I'm vibing off of you. You vibing off of me. Let's vibe off of each other and just be 100 with each other. You got a man? Okay, cool. Well, give me the choice whether I want to deal with a woman who has somebody else or not. And vice versa. Exactly. And if you can't be that way with me, even though I'm being that way with you, I understand. That's pretty fucked up. It's pretty fucked up.
Especially when they'll wait like 6 or 7 months after all that happens, and then they'll try to message you again. Like, hey, been thinking about you. Or,
the cliche line. Let me tell you one thing like this.
Like, oh, really? Have you?
Right. I've never used that line before. Do you know why I've never used, I've been thinking about you?
Why?
Because every other lame motherfucker uses it. Yeah. I can't do it. Not to mention the fact that I really have not been thinking enough about a woman to actually say that to her.
If I say, like, let's say I send a text. If my text says, I'm thinking about you, then your move is to send a text back and say, oh, yeah, what you thinking? Because then I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking.
Right. Or I won't even tell you that. If a woman says...
Some freaky midday text.
Thank you. If a woman tells me she's been thinking about me, I already know what the fuck she's thinking about. You know, she's thinking about this dick.
Oh, that sounded conceited.
No, it's the truth.
Okay.
You know why? No, I'm going to tell you why. It's not conceited. I'm going to tell you why it's not conceited. Because actually, they just reduced me to a fucking form of a piece of meat. I'm just a physical object to them. So actually, that's not conceited whatsoever. That's actually kind of degrading. But men don't look at it as degrading. We don't look at it as degrading. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, you just want me for my dick? Yeah, nigga. Oh, cool. Okay, cool. Ask a woman. Oh, you just want me for my body? Oh, yeah, bitch. Well, you for real? Well, I'm more than that. And it's like, no, motherfucking men don't give a shit. They don't give. They're like, oh, you just want this dick? Okay, cool. All right, all right, cool. At least I know where I stand with you. And that's one thing that, yeah, it's not about conceit. It literally is very degrading. But men don't give a fuck about that shit. Men don't. We don't. When's the last time I heard a man say, that woman just made me feel very degrading? Like, she just saw me as a sexual object. Men don't fucking say that shit.
No.
No. Men are honored to be looked at as sexual objects.
A lot of women don't either anymore.
Don't what?
Say stuff like that.
Say what?
Like, men just look at me like a sexual object.
Well, they may not say it anymore, but they're probably thinking it. But men never think that shit. And if they do, they're like, oh, this chick just want me for my... Snoop Dogg said it best. You don't love me. You just love my doggy style. Yeah. And if a chick says, yeah, motherfucker, that's it. It's not degrading like it would be for a woman. You know? So when it comes to that, it's like a guy's like, hey, whatever. And that's why I say, in them situations, it's like, you can't really be concerned or worried about how a man's sentiments are when it comes to that, because he's down. Women are not. That dude could have been honest with you because of that sentiment that I just explained right there. He could have just been 100 honest with you, and he chose not to be. And obviously he wasn't that way to any of these women he was dealing with. I can't.
Oh no, they like thought that he was in love with them and stuff. Like, see, it never went. I didn't have to worry about any of that part of it because of the fact that he already knew where I stood. And there wasn't going to be any I love you kind of thing going on.
Actually, unfortunately, he wanted you to be on that level. And he was going to manipulate you to be on that level. He was trying to make you fall in love with him like he did everybody else. He was.
I didn't see that.
You didn't have to see it. I'm a man who understands how players can be.
Why? Why would you want all these women in love with you and then
And you just dog them all?
And then when it blows up,
right,
you lose them all basically.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You don't know what that man been through, man. I'm not giving him any props. I'm not giving him any understanding. No, let me take that back. I am. I'm looking at things from a devil's advocate aspect. I'm not condoning his actions or anything of that nature, but I look at everything from every realm of the spectrum. It could be a situation that a chick dogged him the fuck out. Some chick broke his heart, and honestly, yeah, I can say that. And he ain't never got over that shit. So he made sure that every chick he ever dealt with after that is gonna pay for that shit. I know it sounds stupid,
but once a man gets into his 40s, they wouldn't be.
No, the fuck they don't. Your chronological age means nothing to your actual maturity. Nothing. Let me ask. Huh?
I've had a few dating disasters, though.
You know what? I get it. But let me ask you this question. With the dates that you had, did you ever get past the first date?
Yeah.
So there was a second date?
Yeah.
Oh.
On some, not all.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Explain the second date.
Why do you want me to explain the second date? They're all different.
Well, of course, but okay, let me ask you this question. A, why was there a second date?
Okay, one, because there was a mutual attraction.
Mm-hmm.
Two, because there was an engaging conversation.
So intellectual attraction.
Yes.
Okay.
And three, because the man probably wasn't pushing the issue of sex on the first date, but was more interested in talking, getting to know each other, kind of filling each other's personalities out a little bit.
Okay. Like the first round of a 12-round boxing match. First round, you're not
ding,
gonna see
ding, ding.
Right, ding, ding. You're not gonna see too much action. You're just gonna be everybody's filling each other out. Right. Okay. So with the second date, you had physical attraction.
Yes.
Intellectual attraction. Right.
Yes.
Or mental stimulation.
Okay.
We agree?
Yes.
Okay, so if you mix mental attraction, intellectual attraction, and mental stimulation for a woman, what does that entail? Like, what is the...
What are you asking? What is... Add all of those up, what's the equation on the second date?
Yeah.
I mean, you have a good time.
Okay, no. What do you feel about that guy? Because by the time you have... When you make
the second date actually tells you a lot, though.
No. Before you make this... Before the second date has been initiated, you have to make the second date. You have to say, oh, no, I want to see this person again, right?
Right.
Okay, so it's because the physical connection, the mental, the intellectual connection... Excuse me.
Attractions.
And attractions, right.
You don't know if the connection is there yet or not.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely. So attractions. Physical attractions. Intellectual attraction. Mental connection. What are you thinking as a woman on the second date?
you're thinking this is going to go well. This is going to be good.
Well and good how?
Well, you're thinking that you're probably going to, get some kiss time and little snuggle time and kind of see if that connection is there.
Okay. That's it?
Well, it depends how you feel about him.
Okay.
Because the second date isn't always the go all the way date.
Really?
I know that I hear that a lot from men.
What?
That have told me, friends of mine, that have told me that they can always get laid on the second date. Always.
Okay. Gotcha.
And I'm not going to lie, there are some second dates that has happened on, but it had to be like an instant attraction of everything all at once.
So, based upon the fact that you met this man out of Adam from a dating site, like literally you guys only met because the algorithms decide to
You're going to get on my
connect itself.
ass now, aren't you?
Huh?
You're going to get on my ass about this, aren't you?
About what?
Okay, go ahead. I want to
I'm just
hear
saying.
what you got to say.
I'm just saying. So based upon the fact that on the first date, happened because the algorithms allowed you to connect with each other to the point where you decide to say, I'm going to have a second date with this dude, right?
Yes.
And as a woman, you're thinking, oh, we connect with this, we connect with this, we connect with this, we can. So I'm just going to be from a man's perspective. On the when you decided to agree to a second date, whether he mentioned it or whether you mentioned it, were you willing to give up the pussy then?
On the second date. I have been. That's what I said. That I will admit that yes,
Right.
I have had that happen.
Yes. So fellas, should we give him some game right now? So fellas, stop. I'm not even gonna say that shit.
Stop fucking up the first date.
And how do you fuck up the first date, Miss Jada?
By pressing the issue of sex. Like, hey, let's go. You want to go hang out somewhere? Hey, want to get a room? Damn. Let's go.
You
back
had
to my
motherfuckers say that on the
place.
first date?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go get a room and all that?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You want to keep
Wow.
this going? We can get a room or something. Yeah, lots will say that, and then that's when you go delete that number.
So Miss Jada, so let's just say in the situation that if they would not have went there and they would have been like, yeah, I did really enjoy this. I can't wait to see you again because I vibed with you tonight. We got to make this happen again. What would you think then as a woman?
See, that's what I'm saying. The second date it's not always set in your mind that it's going to happen on the second date, because the end of the first date, when it ends that way, you're still going, let's just see what you're like on the second date.
I ask you this question right now, Miss Jada. Has there ever been a situation where the first date was an actual date, you guys met up, and you guys connected so much on the first date that the second quote unquote date wasn't really a date? You know what I mean?
I'm trying not to laugh. Yes, I know what you mean.
What do I mean?
So the second date was, both of you knew already that you were going to meet up at either his place or your place, and his or hers, and you were going to chill for a little bit, and you were going to have sex. You were going to get dirty.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
You knew going.
So fellas, if your second date does not consist of that, you're doing it all wrong, bro. Period.
Not necessarily.
Why you say that?
Because it doesn't always happen on the second date. It's not like, okay, maybe in your experience it has, but I'm, gonna speak for women generally. But I could be absolutely wrong about this because I don't really know. But I would say that no, it doesn't always happen on the second date.
Okay.
But it might happen on like the third or the fourth.
Third or the fourth. I gotcha. So but I would say this as if you can look at things from a woman's aspect, would you agree that if you are vibing heavy with a man on the first date, you giving up that pussy on the second one?
Okay, see, hold on.
Hey, we're not holding on. We allow you to think.
I know, but I'm trying so hard not to laugh because
why laugh? Damn it, just be you.
I know. Okay, because it's funny to me that you asked that because yes.
What,
and
hold
the
on,
reason
wait. Okay, rewind. Can you answer that question again straight up? Like I just wanted you to answer it from the beginning straight up. Yes, what?
Yes, I would be giving it to him on the second date.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
But there's a reason why.
Please explain.
Okay. The only way that anything is going to happen on the second date is if I was feeling like a very strong sexual connection with that person, or attraction to that person. Mm-hmm. And I could feel that they were responding the same way.
Right.
Because then, yeah, of course, you're going to be like, you know, you're going to start touching and kissing on each other. And as soon as that happens, that temperature is going to rise. If you have that big of an attraction to that man, you're not going to say no.
And why wouldn't you say no?
Because you want it just as bad as they do.
Right. And what's the one thing that would allow you to say, okay, you know what? We both want it bad, but as a woman, you still have control. And what's the one thing that's going to say, no, this is going to happen. So even though both of you are feeling each other, mm-hmm. but the woman still has the ultimate power on whether it's going to happen or not. What's the one thing that's going to make you comfortable enough to say, oh, yeah, definitely. Let's make this happen for real.
So my big thing is just the vibe that I have with that man and how comfortable I feel with him and relaxed, and especially if I'm just able to just completely 100% be myself and not even think twice about what he's going to think of it. If I'm like that comfortable with him immediately, then I'm like, damn, like, have we met before? You know, you get that feeling like, right. This is crazy. So yeah, it would be that. That would be the thing that would make me be like, yes, this is gonna happen.
Even on the second date.
Even on a second date.
So that's it.
I'm not saying every second date though.
Well, no, we're just we're talking about our experiences that come on this second date.
It has happened on the second date,
right?
Yes.
Because from what I'm seeing and what I have noticed is like the majority of these situations when it comes from dating sites, they don't get past the second date. They don't get past the second encounter. So the fact that you have. And the fact
that must have been some really sucky sex.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, if they don't get past the second date. Oh, they don't make it to the second date.
They don't make it to the second date.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
If they don't make it to the second date, then that means you fucked up the first date.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's like the first round of a fucking boxing match. It's like, okay, I'm feeling like, okay, whatever. Yeah, exactly.
So just because you're that comfortable with somebody, you feel really comfortable with someone the first time you meet them doesn't mean that you necessarily assume they're going to want to jump in bed with you immediately.
Very true. But I can say this, when it comes to the second date, specifically when it comes to dating sites or whatever the case may be, I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna be 100. Listen, man and woman. Not to say that you actually would do it or not, but if you choose to be on a dating site, and if you meet a motherfucker on a dating site, man or woman, if you don't feel like that you were down to fuck this person on the second date, then don't fuck with him no more. Period. Then don't deal with him anymore. Don't deal with her anymore. If it's somebody that you say,
I have to agree with that, because if you don't have that attraction that you feel like, oh, I definitely want to see where this is going to lead, and you're looking them up and down as you're saying that in your head, right. Women know what smile I'm talking about. That smile they get on their face when they look at that man and they're like,
right.
I want to see where this is going to go. If you don't have that feeling, then yeah.
From the beginning.
Yeah, then there shouldn't be a second date. Because
just how easily you were able to connect with this individual on the dating site, how convenient it was for you, you have to kind of have the same energy when it comes to everything else. Everything you want instant gratification. If you want instant validation and gratification, you got to be willing to deal with everything that has to do with instant validation, like right then and there. If y'all don't connect right then and there, don't waste your time anymore.
Yeah, it's
but
not
you
worth
have
it.
to be open enough to allow yourself to be connected to.
I agree. Yes. That goes both ways.
Okay.
Because the man.
It's always gonna go both ways. Men and women, shit. It's gonna definitely go both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something.
Yes, ma'am.
How many times have you had sex on the first date?
I don't want to answer that question.
Oh, okay. You don't have to, like, that many. Damn.
Okay, what is your definition of having sex on the first date?
Hello. You know what sex is.
Do blowjobs count?
Okay, yeah.
So blowjobs. Oh, wait a minute. Blowjobs count.
Yeah.
I can't answer that question.
Oh my God! No wonder why you're single.
Right.
Stay that way.
We have to understand why I can't answer that question.
Why?
Because I don't know.
Okay, so there really are that many women out there that will like just.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I've been in situations where, oh my God, I want to talk about this shit. Okay, fuck it. I'll even say it. I've been in situations where I've been out and then walked into a particular establishment, and this chick is on a date with another guy, and this chick is like, telling the dude, like, me and this woman is communicating over across the fucking venue of where we are. And it's like we're speaking without even speaking. I'm just doing head movements. I'm doing hand gestures. Basically, and telling her, go to the bathroom. Telling her, you got to go to the bathroom. And I can tell her whispering her in the dude's ear. And she comes out and she walks to the bathroom. I meet her there and she's like, what's your story? And I tell her, and it's like, we digging each other, right? Yeah. Get rid of this motherfucker. Period. And
so you just walked up to another.
I didn't walk up to anything or anyone.
Or you told her to meet you.
Yeah. I mean, it was just me. We connected. We had eye contact. Okay, let me explain this. This was a long time ago. A long time ago. This is when I was younger. But yeah, that's how easy that type of shit is. Or it was, at least, so for a lot of guys out there, they'd be like, get rid of him, boo, boo, boo. Next thing you know, we're at her place.
So why do you say now that it's so hard for men to do that?
To do what?
To just go out and get it when they want it.
Because of social media. The options that everyone has now.
You know what? That's the same thing that I say. I mean, I don't know if women say that. I know I'm a woman and I say this, that it makes it so hard to fully connect with somebody because they have so many options.
Facts.
And men will have a list long, 2 screens, however many long, of different women that they're texting and talking to and stuff. And I mean, I get the whole dating thing, but you have to be honest all the way along and just say that, because a woman shouldn't decide that she's going to give 100% to this to kind of see where it's going to go, and the man be like bouncing all over the place still, because then she's like, well, hold on, I'm not going to give you 100% of my time, because if you're still searching to see what's out there, then then I'm going to do the same thing, because obviously you're not 100% thinking I want her.
Right, and the motherfucker's not tripping over that shit.
No,
if he's looking at you doing, if you're
keeping her on the side,
right?
Yeah,
and women do the same thing with a man. They keep them on the side. That's the whole thing, because you have so many different options out there.
There's too many options,
right? And
everyone takes advantage of it. But until you decide that you're only going to date one person at a time and really just kind of fill that person out and get to know them, and then if you're not 100% satisfied with that, then you let them know and you move on to someone else.
But you don't have to.
Because you already have your list waiting.
Right. You don't have to in this day and age.
No.
You can literally say, listen,
they'll have different ones every other night.
Right.
You'll see each other twice a week, and then he has someone else he's seeing twice a week. And yeah, I know.
I can't be mad at that.
Oh?
If you're single, you do what the fuck you want to do. Listen, men, women, your choice. What if you feel like that you have the strength enough to handle the power and the responsibility of being single? Because I'm gonna tell you one thing like this: there's more responsibility, there's more accountability to being single than to being married or in a committed relationship. Do you know why?
Why?
Because when you're married, you can't do what the fuck you want to do. When you're in a relationship, you can't do what the fuck you want to do. When you're single, you can do what the fuck you want to do. You can say what the fuck you want to say. You can go where the fuck you want to go. You can be how the fuck you want to be. You can live how the fuck you want to live. Period. And having that kind of power may be too much for a lot of people.
So they don't want to be single? I mean...
No, absolutely. Like, yes, I see a lot of my guys...
Maybe they fell in love.
No. They felt... What they felt is a person who's willing to save them from themselves. I see a lot of guys all the time, and when they talk about their wives, and they're like, I love this woman, blah, 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 and they'll say something like, she's the one that saved me. She's the one that was there for me when nobody was there. She was the one who is like, so you married a fucking Florence Nightingale. So you only married this chick because you felt like she was loyal. That's your aspect of loyalty. And that's cool if that's what you want to do. But you didn't marry that chick because you really wanted her to be there. You only married her as a gift for her loyalty. And you don't think these fucking chicks out here know that shit? You don't think these women know? If I just show that I'm a ride for this dude, he gonna give me everything I want from him. Even though he knows I'm not the one he really wants. I'll make him believe he's the one, that I'm the one that he wants. I see it all the time with a lot of my peers who've gotten married. And I was like, dog, none of you chicks are like, none of you bros are like explaining that your wife is just a badass bitch. you just explained the reason why you love her so much is because she nurtured a broken man. Like, that's how I look at it. I'm not broken. So what the fuck is a chick gonna nurture when it comes to me? No, you gotta be a badass bitch to fuck with me. A badass bitch. And I have my definition of what that is, and that'll be in a different episode. You know what I'm talking about? However, I'm not on that realm when it comes to a lot of the guys that I know.
What do you mean? Okay, you had me silent for a long time because I was just like,
okay.
I don't even know what to say to this.
Okay, say what you gotta say. We've been in that situation before.
Yes, sometimes you can shut me up.
I gotcha.
But it's because I'm soaking in everything you're saying, and I'm really at a loss of how to even respond. But
why?
I don't know. But from what I know about you, you don't. I mean, you pretty much let people know up front who you are. And
I always do.
Yeah, it's not like you hide the
Not
way
at all.
you are.
Right. So when I see guys that do, I'm perplexed. When I see men that should be, you know what I mean, on a certain level.
A lot of men do, though.
I know.
They act a different way on the first date.
Because you're telling me right now.
Yeah, you have to.
Men, listen to the lady. She's letting you know.
Definitely. This is a little bit of advice for women. You definitely have to go somewhere where there's going to be some drinks and sip very slowly on your one drink that you're going to have, and let him have a couple of drinks, which I guess I'm giving this secret away to the men too. But I'm going to say it anyway, because men, until they loosen up a little bit, they're like you're not really going to see the real them, because they will just kind of put on this front of.
So Ms. Jaded, so based upon the second date, there has been situations where you actually, you know, said, oh, everything aligned, everything connected.
Well, you definitely go on the second date prepared.
For what?
For a good time.
Oh, and what is a good time?
Sex time.
Sex
Playtime.
They can't hear you. I couldn't hear you. Say it one more time.
Playtime.
Ah, so you, on the second date, you come prepared for playtime.
Yes.
Okay. Talk about it.
Well, talk about what? Preparing for date?
No, not preparing for the shit, but like talk about the second date.
We already talked about second dates.
No.
Yes, we did.
You talked about the second date disasters.
Yeah, no, we got to the point where we talked about second dates, and yes, I said yes, I have had sex on the second date.
I think we both talked about that shit, but
we did.
so hopefully, fellas, ladies, you have understood.
You're avoiding the question that I asked you when I said, how many times have you had sex on the first date?
And I gave you an answer.
Yeah, you can't. You said you can't answer that.
I can't answer that question
because you don't know how many. I'm shocked. I'm still shocked that many women will just do that. Like,
are you fucking kidding me? Like, listen. I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm not gonna lie. I have done it, but that was knowing ahead of time that was all it was going to be. Whoever I met that night and decided, you.
So how do you think these other women didn't think the same thing?
Well, there's a lot of them out there then.
Yes, there is.
And I'm only talking about one time. I've done that one time.
I understand that. And I can speak about the women, whether they have done only one time or not. But there's been a lot. And there's a lot of women out there that's just what it is. Period. I mean, I've been in situations which let me know, I'm like, damn, bitch, you just couldn't just tell me? Like, fuck. Like There's been times I felt like a piece of meat. Because I'm like, oh, you hook up, yada, 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 blah, 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 woo, 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 yeah, okay, cool. And it's like, nah, I never hear from you again.
And you get sex on the first date and you never hear from them
Never hear from them again, period. Like, what the fuck happened? Oh, bitch, you married.
Oh, so you're saying it was just a hookup?
That's what it had to be.
So why don't they just say that?
That's my point. That's the main thing I've always said. Why don't you just fucking say this shit? If it's gonna be a hookup, just let me know it's a fucking hookup. But I'm gonna tell you why. What I believe, the reason why these women don't do that.
A lot of men post no hookups.
Whoa. Are you serious?
Yes. A lot of men.
Every woman posts that bullshit.
A lot of men post no hookups. Oh, let me tell you something else that men post.
What's that?
Men will post pictures of them with other women. And then they'll like try to scratch out just the face. Like, you know, like kind of throwing your standards out there. Like, this is what I'm looking for. If you can put your face in this picture,
you good.
You good.
That's some cold ass subliminal shit though, right?
Right.
But it's slick though. You gotta give it to them. It's very slick. Hold on.
Except for the ones that are posing with like the you know, dancers, Vegas dancers, or the Cowboys cheerleaders. Like, come on now, really?
You ain't fucking with them bitches. Come on now.
Really?
No. I'm gonna tell you that from a man's aspect, from a guy, you know what I'm saying, from a guy's view. This is the one thing that fucks me up. And I laugh at it so much. I'm gonna tell you like this, Miss Jada. This is the fucking crazy thing that fucks me up, right? You'll have white women or just non-black women.
Oh, this should be interesting.
That will post pictures. No. It goes both ways. You have non-black women.
Here's the definition of ways. Forming adjectives.
Don't mind Google. Oh, I'm about to turn fucking Google the fuck off. So, the one thing that is really crazy that I see non-black women and black women posting pictures of their quote-unquote friends, co-workers, whoever the fuck they are, group pictures of women that are of a different race or culture.
Oh, yeah, you told me that.
I did. So, like, I'll see white women.
Why would you put someone else in a picture with you?
But this is what I've seen. They will post a picture of, like, it'll be them and a whole bunch of black girls. So to me, I'm like, okay, I know what she's doing. What do you think she's doing, Miss Jada?
I'm not even going to answer that. You're going to answer that.
I'll answer it. To me, it looks like she said, okay, yes, I'm a white girl, yada, yada, yada. I'm open for black dick. I'm letting you know I'm open for black dick because I have black friends.
Okay. I don't know. I don't see women's pictures. So I see these things. I don't know anything about that.
So let me ask you.
And women are probably out there saying the same thing, or the ones who do it are probably like, oh, damn.
So you're saying they don't realize they do that shit?
Oh, no. I mean, I'm guessing that you are saying that they're putting a message out.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Because you know, black women do the same thing.
Why do men post pictures of them and their kids?
Hold on. I'll answer that question, but I just want to say black women do the same thing. They'll post pictures with all their white friends to let them know that, hey, or the coded language when they says I'm open-minded. That's the big word. I'm open-minded. You were asking, why do men do what?
Why do men post pictures of themselves with their kids?
Why do women post
Why
pictures?
would you want to put a picture of your child on a dating website?
Men post shit on dating websites that women post. Women post pictures of the kids all the time. It's fucking crazy. I'll be like, damn. It's so common.
You have no idea who's on those sites looking at those pictures.
Obviously, I'm not going to talk about that. We talked about that in one of the other episodes as far as single women.
Yes.
And desperate single women. We talked about that in one of the other episodes.
Okay. So that was just the, I was just wondering. Oh, okay. And dudes, let me tell you. I got to call you dudes on this one because this one's ridiculous. Stop posting 7 out of 10 pictures of you in the gym.
Wow.
Stop it.
I'll be honest with you. Miss Jaded, thank you for letting me know. I've been guilty of that. And in all honesty, I've been guilty of that because that's really kind of only pictures that I take. Just kind of progression pictures.
Stop.
So
take other pictures.
That's
Have
not cool?
people take pictures of you. Just no, it's not cool.
So you don't like the gym pics?
Yeah, if you're gonna put like 1 or 2, but not 6. And you only have 8 pictures up, and you have 1 face shot, and then gym. Oh, look, there's you sitting at a coconut bar on the beach somewhere.
Okay, so Miss Jade, let me ask you, why is that a nuisance to women?
It just, especially because you're noticing that every single picture is different outfit, this and that and that and that. Then you're like, okay, this person spends a lot of time at the gym, which is cool. But they also want you to know that they spend a lot of time at the gym. They're making it very clear up front that they spend a lot of time at the gym. So I think that's men's way of letting women know what they're looking for, the type of woman they're looking for by doing that. But the thing is, it's almost like a lot of women see it as the man is just really into themselves. Because all their pictures are them in the gym. In the gym. Like flexing or, doing one of the extra, like, lifts or,
So they're not looking at it. Right. They're not looking at it from an aspect of he's not being conceited. He's telling you.
He's consistent. Right.
Will you say it one more time?
He's consistent.
Consistent as far as what?
Of how he's
his lifestyle.
Consistent in his lifestyle.
Right.
Which means he is also very consistent in his career and
in everything in his life.
Right.
And if you ain't on that level, don't fuck with him.
Right, but a lot of women don't see it as that. What they see it as is, oh my God, this guy is so full of himself.
I'm glad you told me that. Because I was one of those guys.
Like, they're like, ugh, if I see one more damn
but what does that say about you?
And stop sending dick pics. You have not even met this woman and you are vibing with her and you guys are talking on the phone and you're texting back and forth and you're about to meet each other. You're actually planning the day that you're going to meet each other. And then that night, boom, here it comes. You got mail.
Remember that shit? You've got mail. Like, boom, what the fuck? Nigga! The fuck is wrong with you, homie?
You hear the little beep on your phone or you see it light up because you're already in bed, half asleep, and you're like, a picture. So you open it up and you're like, oh my God. Becky. I'm just saying. No, really. It's disturbing because not that we don't want to see that, but we don't want to see that before we even ever met you. Like, why do you need to send that before we even meet? How do you even know if you're going to like me or you're going to like the woman that you're talking to? You don't know. Like, what is up with that?
I can't explain to you why, because I've never like done that.
I've never met someone who, if they send me one, I'm not meeting them.
Have I sent dick
I'm
pics
done.
before? Yes, I have. I'm gonna tell you, I sent dick pics to chicks that already had the dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It is like, and they ask for it. They're like, okay, what? And really,
Okay, we're not talking about doing things like that. We're not talking
Right.
about when you've been with that person.
I'm saying that's the only
chilling,
experience that
okay.
I've ever had.
No, men will send that
I
shit
know, I hear
within
about
like
that
before
shit.
you ever even meet them, and you're like, really? Okay,
But you know the funny
you're
thing
cool,
is?
but give
Only-
that to somebody else.
I'm gonna fuck your head up even more. Do you know the reason why a lot of guys do that? Seriously.
Why? I already know what you're gonna say.
What am I gonna say?
Because it worked. It worked before. That's why they do it, because it worked once before. And if it worked twice before, and it worked 3 times before. So if
That
it
let
keeps
you-
on working, they're going to keep on trying.
And I let you know right now, Miss Jada has been around a bitter pill too goddamn long because she's right. She's absolutely right. Look at her. She's absolutely right. Motherfuckers do that because it has worked in the past.
It's
Period.
worked.
So don't get mad at them for doing it. They just shooting they shot. If
Women,
if they had a
stop
chance to shoot 50
letting
goddamn
that
shots,
shit work.
huh?
I said, women, stop letting that shit work. 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 Work.
We definitely appreciate everyone that's listening right now to the Pill and Jaded Show. Just make sure you subscribe, please, on every platform that we're on right now. Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. Just keep tuning in. Make sure you add us on IG. Make sure you add us on Twitter. Make sure you add us on... if you
What's our
choose to.
IG address?
IG is The Pill and Jaded Show.
And the Twitter?
And the Twitter is Pill and Jaded. And if you choose to send an email, if you want some hate mail or some love mail or a little bit of both, definitely send us an email at thepillandjadedshow@gmail.com. Woo! Appreciate y'all. So it's once again, you know what I'm saying, your man, the BP, the Bitter Pill, and
Ms. Jaded.
one love, y'all.
Thanks for listening to the Pill and Jaded Podcast Show. Be sure to subscribe on all the major platforms.